In a quiet suburb of St. Louis, there is a murder mystery that has been grabbing headlines for more than a decade, and it's now the subject of a new television miniseries. It is the twisted tale of Pam Hupp, originally the prosecution's star witness, now serving a life sentence for murder. This story would have ended a long time ago. An innocent man in jail for a murder he didn't commit if it wasn't for the persistence of an investigative reporter at one of our NewsNation stations. Chris Hayes is with Fox 2 in St. Louis. He has won multiple Emmys for his work on this story. Chris, as a seasoned investigative journalist, even you could not believe all of the twists in this one.
Marty, we were there from the beginning when Betsy Faria was murdered. Her husband on the phone with 911 calling. Police may be thinking he sounded a little too distraught. As investigators built their case against him, it seemed like they were basing everything that they heard from one woman, and it turned out none of it was true. It's been more than a decade since Russ Faria found the body of his wife Betsy inside their suburban St. Louis home in 2011.
I just got home from a friend's house, and my wife killed herself. She's on the floor.
I need you to calm down, take a couple deep breaths. We're going to get somebody on the way there, okay?
Russ's first thought was suicide because Betsy was terminally ill with cancer, but police quickly realized it was not suicide. Betsy had been stabbed 55 times, a steak knife still in her neck, and detectives turned the spotlight on Russ, largely because of what they heard from this woman, Pamela Hupp. She said she was Betsy's best friend, and Betsy had confided things Russ had done.
He'd start playing this game of putting a pillow over her face to see what it would feel like. I don't know if she said, this is what it's going to feel like when you die or whatever, and then act like he was kidding.
Hupp said she dropped off Betsy that evening and went home. Russ had an alibi, which checked out, but 8 days later, he was charged with murder. Despite a lack of evidence, Pam's words resonated with prosecutors and with the jury. Our station was the only one in court as Russ Faria was convicted and taken to prison. It could have been the end of the story, except for questions that kept nagging at us. Inconsistencies in Pam's story. She had refused any interviews, but in 2014, we finally got a chance in a long conversation at her door to ask, "Did you kill Betsy?"
No, I did not kill Betsy. I had no reason to kill Betsy.
But it turns out she did have a reason, a life insurance policy worth $150,000. Betsy had made Pam the beneficiary just 4 days before the murder. And then the mounting coincidences. Hupp's mother falling to her death through a balcony railing at her senior living apartment. A retired homicide detective told us the railing poles appeared to be kicked out, and our independent engineering test showed the tremendous force it would take to damage a similar railing.
We're talking about a 77-year-old woman who weighs 218 pounds. She's got a bad back, then uses a mechanical assistance to walk any distance. It's highly unlikely that she pulled off a Jesse Owens-style sprint here.
But the most chilling evidence, Pam's own words just months earlier. Listen to her telling detectives why she wouldn't have killed Betsy Faria for the life insurance money.
I really hate to say it, wanted money. My mom's worth $500,000 that I get when she dies. My mom is dementia and doesn't half the time know who we are.
The investigation into her mother's fall went nowhere, but legal pressure was still mounting. In 2016, Betsy Faria's daughter sued for the insurance money, which Hupp originally said Betsy wanted her to safeguard for them.
As far as like the insurance money and stuff like that, that's in a trust, and they know it for the girls, and you know, that kind of stuff. So the story's a little one-sided, and that's fine.
But in a civil court fight over the insurance money, she changed her story and was defiant.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And she admitted being a liar.
Who else might you have lied to?
Anybody that would bug me and bug me and bug me and bug me.
The detectives bug you and bug you?
Yeah.
Around the same time, Russ Faria was granted a new trial, and this time he was exonerated. He thanked us for our continued investigation, digging deeper into the bizarre case.
I think that was very crucial in keeping my story in the public's eye and letting people know that this is still going on. This guy is still locked up.
You've done more investigative work than the initial investigators, and without you, who knows where this case would be.
Even as the inconsistencies in Hupp's story shifted the spotlight to her, prosecutors seemed uninterested in investigating. That is, until there was another death. The rest of this twisted tale when we come back. It's 2016, and after spending more than 3 years in prison, Russ Faria is exonerated in the murder of his wife, Betsy. He's a free man, and the prosecution's star witness, Pamela Hupp, is not pleased. She's working on a new plan.
911, where's your emergency?
Hey, hello, there's someone breaking in my house. Help!
What's the address you're at?
The caller was Pam Hupp on the phone with 911 as she shot a man in her house.
Get out! Get out! Get out!
Louis Gumpenberger, a single dad with disabilities, lay dead on Hupp's bedroom floor. There was a note in his pocket, instructions to kidnap Hupp and get Russ's money.
When it happened, I was thinking to myself, she's going to find some way to involve me in this. I don't know how, but she is. And he says, you know, hey, the police want to talk to you. I'm like, oh, okay, great. You know, here we go again.
But this time, the police looked closer and things did not add up. After a week of investigation, police arrested Pam Hupp for murder, saying it was an attempt to frame her old enemy, Russ Faria.
She hatched a plot to find an innocent victim and to murder this innocent victim in an apparent effort to frame somebody else.
Police found video of Hupp in the days before Gumpenberger's murder, driving around a nearby neighborhood where police said she passed herself off as a TV producer, an effort to lure someone into her car for her plot. She finally found Gumpenberger. Prosecutors peeled away the layers of her plan, finding enough evidence to secure a life sentence for murder. And once they started peeling, prosecutors said the whole twisted plot to kill Betsy Faria and frame her husband Russ unraveled.
After a complete and comprehensive review and investigation, I came to the conclusion that beyond a reasonable doubt, Pamela Hupp killed Betsy Faria, and I believe her motivation was simple: for greed.
In 2021, Pamela Hupp was charged with first-degree murder, and prosecutors said they will seek the death penalty. For Russ Faria in the courtroom to hear the charges 10 years after his wife's murder, it was finally a hopeful sign of justice.
They're doing everything that should have been done 10 years ago.
We are still waiting on Pam Hupp's preliminary hearing on this latest murder charge. It was supposed to be last month, but her lead public defender just died of a heart attack. And now a new lead attorney has to get up to speed on 10 years of evidence. It could be years before we go to trial on this latest charge, Marnie.
What a case, Chris. You know, I'm curious, looking back at that moment at her doorway, at Pam Hupp's doorway, when you did get her eventually to talk. Have you spoken to her since?
I have written her in jail. I did get some anonymous letters that seem to have been from her, and then I've written her in jail, and I've just gotten an answer, a handwritten letter to say cease and desist.
How did you convince her to talk that day?
That is something that astounds us to this day. It was this freezing January day. She opened the door, and I thought she would slam it in my face. She saw the camera. It was clear that she knew that we were recording. I had the mic with a mic flag in my hand. And it just goes to show that she loves the spotlight. It was part of what introduced us to her love of the spotlight.
It's just one of those moments, right, Chris, as a reporter, where you hope someone will talk to you. Sometimes you don't expect them to. And in this case, a big surprise that she did. Glad that she did. Are there... in terms of this new trial, for these new murder charges, is that going to be moved out of St. Louis because of the publicity, because of the spotlight that she loves so much? What are they talking about in this next step?
You would think most certainly it would have to be. However, if you think about it, we've got this national TV show. Are you going to find any place where somebody has not heard of Pam Hupp? So that's going to be a challenge, but certainly it will be moved out of St. Louis.
What do people think about the miniseries there? What do they say and how do they feel?
Some mixed reviews. We did a report last night with Betsy Faria's daughter, who was very upset, and she told us that we should not forget the victims, and she feels like the victims are being forgotten in this. Russ Faria likes it, and so does Joel Schwartz. They feel like it is accurate, and I can attest to the fact that there is a lot of accuracy in it. There's a lot of filling in the lines in between, and then of course, the tone is what is rubbing some people wrong and is what has rubbed Betsy Faria's daughter the wrong way, because it comes across like a dark comedy, according to her.
Wow, and nothing funny about it, Chris. What about the prosecutor's corruption investigation? That could take years as well, right?
That might turn quicker. I've heard that it's possible that we could hear something this year on the new Lincoln County prosecutor's scrutiny of the law enforcement and prosecutor investigation into Pam Hupp. I've also been working with them on that because we've done a lot of reports on that corruption, and there are a number of people that are being looked at that, and there seems to be some very clear evidence when it comes to the withholding of evidence, when it comes to planting ideas in Pam Hupp's head, things like that.
You know, for a case 10 years, you've been following it since the very beginning and every step of the way. What stands out to you as the most bizarre and troubling as you learn new information about Pam Hupp and what she did?
What stands out is that every time there's a new development, that new development seems to overshadow the previous one. I'll never forget being in the trial 8 years ago, and Joel Schwartz asked me, is this a bigger story if it's guilty or not guilty? And my answer to him was, Joel, this is a huge story no matter what, because you have a judge that is suppressing evidence that this jury is going to be furious when they hear this evidence was suppressed about the $150,000 life insurance policy. I was wrong, because he was found, Russ Faria was found guilty, but that story continued to develop with that civil trial, and then the shooting of Gumpenberger just was something that nobody could possibly see coming.
Well, I applaud you and your entire team, Chris, for all of your reporting on this story. Now the world will see what has happened over the course of 10 years and the number of lives that have been changed as a result of Pam Hupp. We'll certainly be following it very closely as well. Thank you for your reporting, as always, and appreciate your time.
Thank you, Marnie.
Wow, incredible story. New miniseries, all after this. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.